Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel and thank you so much for tuning in. Oh yes, we are doing the Journey to Health series and thank you so much for deciding to join us today. Guess what? We've got a guest, a special guest. Yevo, I've got my younger sister with me, you guys. Oh yes, she's my guest of honor and I'll be chatting to her about her journey to health. So please don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Hey girl.
Hello.
How's it?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You look so pretty.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thank you. You look good. Thank you.
Thank you. No man, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Well, thank you for having me.
Welcome.
I am honored.
Oh yes. Alright, so let's just get right into it.
Okay.
They're probably wondering, okay, yes, she's a sister, but who is she? You know, do you mind just briefly just tell them about yourself?
Okay, so I am Mamothepane Ngcala.
AKA Thipy.
Well, she said it. I am the second born, the middle child. From Free State in Goatwa. Yeah, and this is my big sis.
Hello. Alrighty. Okay, so we're not gonna waste time. We're gonna jump right into
Okay.
what brought you here,
Mhm.
and you've got a story to tell. And you know, there's something that I really like about people sharing their stories because they are unique,
Yeah.
and there's always
true.
something that you can learn from people's stories.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So that's just like, you know what, Miguel might have something to share, and someone somewhere might learn something from your story.
Hopefully, yeah.
Of course, definitely, no doubt.
Yeah.
So I just want you to tell us about your journey to health. Where did it start? Like, what was the motivation behind it? When did you actually say, you know what, I'm gonna start being serious about this health thing? Like, what was the I feel like I'm asking a lot of questions at once.
Yeah.
Okay, but basically what I'm trying to ask is, okay, how did you start?
How did it all start?
Yes.
Well, I remember this one time. It was a Sabbath day, and I remember deciding not to go to church that day. Reason being, I felt like I was big and really insecure about how I looked. So what I did not want was people keeping on telling me about how much weight I've gained and all of that. Then that day I decided not to go to church, and it really did bother me. I remember that, and I brought it up with you. I remember telling you that I skipped church this one time because I felt like I was too big. I felt like I was over people telling me about my weight gain and all that. I'm already insecure about how I'm feeling, and then there are people always bringing it up, so I was over that. And then it started when I had this conversation with you, big sis, where you were like, well, if it bothers you that much, then you should do something about it, and it really dawned on me that, you know what, I can change this whole thing. I can change the whole narrative and actually tell my story my way. If I feel uncomfortable in my own skin, then maybe I could do something about it. It's not really to please people, but rather for me to be comfortable and be content with where I am. So that's how it came about, really. Just me having this whole anxiety about going out and just wanting to be indoors so that I can, I don't know, down my sorrows or something. Just indoors. Yeah, that's how it came about.
Sure. So it was an internal thing.
Yes, most definitely.
And then people made it worse as they were throwing those comments.
Absolutely.
Saying, yay, you have gained weight, Miguel. What's going on?
Yeah.
And what I'm learning from this is that, you know what, it's so easy for us to to comment, to say, hey, bo, what happened?
Exactly.
And sometimes it's really none of our business.
Absolutely.
Whether someone has gained or lost weight, it's really none of our business.
It is none of our business.
And we don't know how it affects the other person.
Now, bringing it up it makes it worse, honestly.
Exactly.
Because you already have your internal battles. And now, constantly people are reminding you of this thing. It's bad.
No, man, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. Okay, cool. So now you come to this realization to say, I have a problem. I'm aware of it, and I feel like something needs to change. I need to step up and do something.
Yeah.
So, what was your first step? What did you do to change the narrative?
So what I did was, so it was towards the end of the year, and I wanted to do something, but then it's the whole festive.
Wait, can I please just interject? When was this?
In 2019,
2019, okay,
right?
Cool. You can continue.
Yeah, 2019.
Sure.
Yeah, towards the end of 2019. It's the festive season. Obviously, we indulge and we do whatever. It's real fun, And what's fun without food? Just saying. So honestly, I was just indulging. I wanted to do something, but then and then came 2020. Then that's when this whole thing actually started, And I remember one morning waking up with you. You were still at home, waking up, and we had a workout session. Was it not hectic? Oh my goodness. Did I not die that day? It was really hard, It was really hard. I knew I wanted this, but it was really hard. Goodness. And the following day, I did not wake up. Not gonna lie. It was like,
guys.
Everything is sore. My muscles were tight. Everything was sore, I did not want this. Even in my head, I'm like, this is hectic. This is too much, But then, the day after that, then woke up and we kept on doing it. It gets a little bit easier on your body because it gets used to it, Then if you were able to do 10 sit-ups, then tomorrow at least you'll be doing 12 and so forth, until you get to a point where you're really comfortable with working out and whatever. So it just started with working out, honestly. I don't think I had like a plan, like a proper plan when I was like, I'm gonna work out 5 days a week. No, nothing like that. Honestly, I just started with working out and then moved into the diet, trying to be mindful of what I eat, when I eat, how I eat, and everything like that, because I feel like when you are not mindful, honestly, you indulge whatever.
Yeah,
whatever. There's an apple, you have it. There's a snack, whatever, you have it, and you're not even aware of how much you actually eat until you're actually mindful and you're like, wanna watch what I eat, Then I guess it kind of grew into that where I watch what I eat and but it's really not. I did not really have a plan. Yeah. Just I was winging it.
Sure. And what I'm getting from what you're saying is something that I always try to stress out, to say, just take it one day at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time, and over time your body will adjust. Like, guys, there's just something so magical about our bodies.
Absolutely.
They adjust. You tell your body what to do.
Yeah.
At first you'll be like, excuse me,
what is that?
What are you doing to me?
Yeah.
But as time goes by, it kind of adjust, and it's like, okay, so this is the new way of doing things. Let me just adjust, because stubbornness won't help. And voila, you got it. The muscles also get used to it, So I really like the fact that you brought that up, to say, guys, just take it one step at a time, one day at a time, and over time your body will adjust and get used to it. It doesn't mean that you won't feel or experience pain. You'll still experience pain, but then it will be a different kind of pain. You know what I mean? All right, cool. So let's go back a bit. So you said that when you started, there was no plan. You're just taking it one day at a time. What about now? What happened from there? Yes, did you draft a plan, or you were just like doing it, and when you wake up and say, okay, maybe I should work out, and then the following day, no, I don't want to work out? Like, How are you doing it now?
Okay. So after the whole thing of starting to work out, trying to watch what I eat, I feel like what I did was also to incorporate my mental wellness, to ensure that not only am I okay physically, but also right here, So that's when I started to indulge in self-developmental books, because guys, we go through the most, and you always need to be inspired, motivated to keep on going, because I feel like the whole thing starts right up here, and then the body will just follow.
That's
whatever you decide up here. The body will follow you. Started incorporating that thing, and then was introduced to the 5 a.m. club. I can't say that I am actually a member in standing of the 5 a.m. club, but I understand the whole thing, and I am for it totally. So I believe that from there, then I started getting into the 5 a.m.-ish club. Not necessarily at 5 a.m., waking up at 5 a.m., I tried it, hectic, but then waking up early, incorporating some meditation, some working out, every day, trying to do it consistently, reading a book, whatever, trying to do that. I guess some kind of a routine that I follow, not necessarily like a plan that this is what I do, but some sort of a routine. Also, what I started doing was taking walks, which is so nice. I love taking walks, it's great. I have tried running. Guys,
what happened, girl? What happened? Tell us.
I've tried running, I'm like, let me do this actually. Let's see how, because I am just trying to take care of myself, You try all these things until you find what actually works for you. There is no plan, like set out routine for everybody else, I tried running. Hey, not a rough man. I'm like, you know what, let me leave it to others. It's great. Running's great, it's nice. But now I take it easy, I walk. So I take walks as well,
which
usually
cool.
in the afternoons, like when the sun is about to set. And then I used to watch the sun. Like, it was just really nice, just doing all these things and being mindful about everything that you do, I feel like this whole thing is, then it comes into a full cycle, It's not just about losing the weight now. It's about you being okay mentally, spiritually, holistically, comes into a full cycle. So I guess that's just how it went about.
Oh, guys, like, I'm so happy right now. Guys, can I just confess, It's not really a confession, but let me just share with you something. Like, I just get so excited when I see you grow. It makes me happy because I know where you've been, I know what you've experienced in the past, and seeing you grow, seeing you blossom just makes my heart full. Like, I'm very proud of you. Really am. Alright, okay. So I really loved what you said about routine. I've actually recorded a video where I was just like sharing my 5 a.m. Routine, like my morning routine basically. And it doesn't necessarily have to be at 5. The most important thing is to have a routine. If you are someone who likes reading, wake up early in the morning and read. If you are someone who likes taking walks, running, do it. As long as you have a routine and you're consistent, I think consistency is one of the most important things.
Absolutely.
Agreed. So it doesn't matter what you do or when you do it, like 5 or 4 or 3, but as long as you are consistent and it works for you, that's the most important thing. And also coming to that realization that running does not work for me. What works for me is this, and I'll stick to it. Love it. So basically there's no one size fits all. So just choose what works for you and then stick to it. At first it might be like a trial and error type of thing, but eventually you'll have to come to that point where you say, okay, I've tried it all, but this is what works for me. Because if you do something because someone else does it, I don't think you'll be able to keep at it.
Absolutely.
When the going gets rough, I don't
Hey
think you'll be
guys,
able to
no, you
to
cannot,
keep
because
at it.
this is not for you. You know,
Yeah.
it can't be.
Yeah.
You can't. Let's say for me, example, I running not really for me, but say I keep on doing it, then it starts feeling like it's a lot of pressure. You know, I don't want to wake up because I don't want to do that task. You know, it's just
it's a burden.
It's too much. It's a burden, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a burden. And I like that you mentioned that this whole thing is a trial and error, because absolutely it is. You know, you try a lot of things out and you find that they don't really work out for you. You know, let's get into the diet thing. You know, you find that you try a whole lot of things, and sometimes you might decide to go vegetarian or whatever, and you find that it does not work for you. Let's say, for example, for me, I feel like there was a time where I was not really doing this whole thing in a healthy way. You know, I would kind of starve myself, you know, in a sense that maybe I'd set a time that, you know what, I'm gonna have my first meal at 12, for example. You know, I'm gonna have my first meal at 12, and then I won't have anything after that. You know, like eating just once a day. You know, it's too limiting for a human body to just have one meal a day, you know. So it's a trial and error. You try all these things. Sometimes you get into the unhealthy habits, but what is important is to get over them and move forward into the healthier habits, honestly. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just what I wanted to highlight there, that you might get into some unhealthy habits with the whole trial and error thing, but it's important to move from that.
And what I'm drawing from what you just said is that we need to have a healthy relationship with food.
Absolutely.
Like, food is not our enemy, guys. Well, we know it can do things, you know, but we shouldn't treat it as our enemy.
No.
At the end of the day, we'll end up just hating our lives, you know, living miserable lives because we can't eat the things that we like, because, you know,
you have a really limiting diet.
You know what I mean? So we really need to try to develop that good and healthy relationship with food, so that this lifestyle can be sustainable.
That is really important.
All right, Shep, moving on. You know, it's one thing to have a plan, to have good intentions, and it's another to actually execute and stay consistent, especially when you're not staying alone. So I want you to share with us what were some of the challenges that you experienced. I mean, you do have this good plan, you know, you have this goal, but hey, Kelly, how do you know, there are people that you share your space with. So I just want you to maybe touch into it.
Okay, that's really important as well, you know, because it's not always that you find that your living arrangements are necessarily for your goals, you know. So in this case, obviously, you stay at home and you have a home cooked meal every day. Hey guys, so that is stew and whatever every day. Listen, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with having a stew, nothing wrong with all the home cooked loving meals, you know, great. But also, you were trying to get to something, you know, so you need to do everything in moderate. So that was one of the challenges, you know, where you find that you're at home and you eat whatever is being prepared, you know. But for me, I feel like how I kind of conquered that was getting into cooking.
Guys, Miguel, when she's in vacation,
oh my goodness,
she does the things. Hey,
do not be fooled, okay? It's not that hectic. Not that deep.
Yes, girl.
So I got into cooking. For me, it was just so I have power over what I eat, you know. I am totally responsible for what I eat, and I know what's in my food, you know, because I wanted to eat in a certain way, you know. And if I cooked, then it means everybody else would have to eat what I eat. Of course, you know. So that's how I got into cooking. But fortunately, I loved it. You know, I fell in love and getting good. You know,
Sure.
So I just got into cooking, and I had control of I was eating, I was preparing, and whatever I put in my food, you know. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
And also, I feel like another thing that could be challenging about having people live with you, like living at home, in my case, would be that maybe sometimes you want to work out, and there isn't much space here at home, honestly, you know. So if I want to work out, then I'd have to do it where everybody else is, you know. But sometimes you find that the space isn't so accommodating. I remember there was a time, guys, I did a whole lot of things. I remember there was this time where I was really into yoga, you know. Okay, I still love it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. Don't do it as much, but I love it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'd work out in the morning, like the way I used to. And then in the afternoon, like late afternoon, if I'm not taking a walk, then I'd want to do like yoga. But you know, with yoga, you need to be really present. And then you find that people are watching TV. And you can't say switch off your TV and do. I mean, if somebody is looking at you, you look weird doing yoga, you know. So I couldn't do that. I guess that's why I don't do it as much. Yeah, that could be one of the reasons. It's a bit challenging, honestly, but you find a way to work around it, you know. You find something that works, that will work for you and your family or whoever you're staying with. And honestly, you need to respect other people's spaces, you know. You need to be mindful and considerate of that. So you just find something that works for everyone in the household. Yeah.
Sure, man. That's very interesting. And you know, oftentimes as people, we tend to come up with a lot of excuses. I mean, not having enough space can be an excuse.
Absolutely.
To say, wait again, now I will start once I have my own space, you know. That's when I'll be very serious and intentional about it.
Yeah.
But honestly speaking, if you have that mindset or mentality, you won't go anywhere. Because, okay, there's this quote that I like actually, which says that do what you can with what you have where you are. You know, like you can't wait for things to be perfect for you to start following your goals or pursuing your dreams. You know what I mean? So you need to start with the little that you have right where you are, and then over time everything will be fine. You know, things will come together. And look at you now, girl. All right, now next question.
Yeah.
Where are you now?
Where am I now? I am in a good space.
Oh, love it.
I am in a good space, you know. So initially, okay, let's not talk numbers actually. You know? I was a certain weight, you know. Not happy at all there, you know. And now I have lost a lot of weight. Honestly, it's not like, okay, let's say, how much weight have I lost?
Wait.
Yeah.
And she looks good. Goodness me, she looks amazing.
Oh, goodness, thank you.
Continue, girl.
I have lost a lot of weight, like a couple of kilos, you know, and I am really happy with the direction all of this has taken. Guys, I need to tell you this. I am the laziest person you'll ever meet. I've always perceived myself as the laziest person, you know. I didn't think I would be able to be consistent and keep at it, you know. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm lazy. Even from when we were young, remember? We would play and I'd give up. You know, I didn't like that. I never did. I've always been lazy. But
true story.
We are thankful that we're here today, you know. Lost weight, I am really happy. Obviously it's never enough. This whole thing is a journey.
Yes,
it's
100%.
not like there's an end goal. There isn't a stop. There isn't an end to this. It's a journey. It's a lifestyle, and we are keeping at it, you know. And also, I think it's important to know that this is not linear, you guys. There is, okay, let me say, for me, it was not linear. It is, let me say, it is not linear, you know. This whole thing fluctuates. It goes up and down. It's a roller coaster, you know. You gain weight, you lose weight, you maintain, whatever. It can be due to whatever you're going through,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're not in a good space.
Yeah.
And for me, true story, I am an emotional eater. It is not a healthy habit, but I am, you know. When I'm going through something, what I do is I indulge, you know. And that's not healthy, and it's not necessarily in the direction I'm trying to take, you know. And you need to combat all those obstacles along the way, you know. It's a challenge, it's not linear, but you keep at it, man.
Very
You gain
true.
weight. Actually, I said this whole thing in 2020, remember, Jen?
Yeah.
2020 December. Guys, did I not gain weight? Remember, I was back to where I started, literally.
No, but that's not true.
I was
Yes, you
almost
had gained weight, but it was not like where you actually started.
But I gained a lot of weight, you know, gained a lot of weight, and it was like starting afresh this year, you know. But yeah, grateful to be where I am today.
Sure, man. No, man, I'm super proud. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
And so now, like, just tell us, like, what keeps you going? Because oftentimes when we start a new year, we have goals, we have dreams. Listen,
Yeah.
you know, but then it only lasts for a short period of time, and then after that we gravitate towards our old habits, and we don't stay consistent. You know, it's like the motivation dies out. So what has been keeping you going?
I'd say working out keeps me sane.
Alrighty.
For now, it has grown to be a part of me. It is grown to be something that I love doing, not something I have to do, you know. I wake up, I work out, I sweat, I feel amazing. I'm ready to start my day.
Endorphins, serotonin, you guys, those feel good hormones.
You know,
they do the things.
It really keeps me sane, you guys. It keeps me in a good space. It's a part of the holistic wellness for me, honestly. So I feel like that's what keeps me going. On top of that, you see results, you're like, why would I stop this? You know, I feel like for me, it's just that it keeps me sane, and it keeps me going on its own, you know, and therefore I keep going, doing it. Yeah.
No, I love that, and I can relate 100%. And I'm sure even your confidence has improved as well.
Girl,
And
have you
it's
seen me recently? I'm kidding.
Tell us.
Just kidding.
Sure, but I'm sure you have improved a lot.
Absolutely,
in
absolutely.
many areas of your life.
Absolutely. I feel like this is not just, you know, at first you start with a goal that you either want to lose weight, want to gain weight, whatever your goal is.
Yeah.
But I feel like it goes to many aspects of your life in turn, you know.
Amen.
For me,
Hallelujah.
I am confident going out in public now. I used to have a lot of anxiety, you guys. You know, you need to speak to yourself and be like, you really need to go to town or whatever. Sometimes you really need to do this, you know. Or it would be that, like back then, it would be that you need to go to class, you know. You have a lecture to attend and you don't want to get out of bed, you know. But now you have that confidence. You're like, girl, let me dress up, let me show up. You know, showing up for yourself, for your people around you and all that. So yeah, absolutely. That I can attest to.
Alright, girl, you know what? I think we could speak for the whole day. Literally the entire day, because there's a lot of things that we can unpack.
Absolutely.
You know. But unfortunately we don't have like the luxury of time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm very grateful that you were bold enough to share your story, and I do believe, like, without a shadow of doubt, that there's one or two people who have learned something from your story.
Yeah.
And most importantly, I believe that someone will do something with their lives based on what they've learned today. So maybe your last few words, what can you say? It can be a lesson that you learned along the journey, or maybe a message that you have, you know, to my people.
So this is a type where I have to be like a wise person kind of a situation. I am kidding. I'm not
know what I
that.
mean.
So you know what I can say is start.
START.
Absolutely. Just start. It is not going to be easy, most definitely. It's not going to be easy. But start, because you have this goal in mind, and if you keep at it, then you're going to get to it. Trust me, you will, you know. And you will face a lot of obstacles. If you're trying to lose weight, maybe you'll find that you end up having an unhealthy relationship with food, like we said. You have an unhealthy relationship with your scale, you know. You are constantly on the scale trying to get the numbers down, and they are not, you know. So you try. Yeah, guys, it's not easy, and you go through such an emotional turmoil as well. It's not just physically, you know. But just keep at it. Be consistent. I think that's really important. You be consistent. You keep at it, and therefore you'll see results. That's what I believe, honestly. Then you'll find something that works for you. If it's running, then it's running. Do your 21K and whatever. If it's just walking, and that's okay, and that is enough. You know, I feel like without going off the topic, you know, I feel like we tend to undermine some of the movement, you know, but just keep on moving. That's important. If you're trying to lose weight, keep on moving and be mindful of what you eat. I think. Just take care of yourself holistically, you guys.
Goodness,
that is important.
I love it.
So start.
Okay, thank you so much, girl. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
You said start and be consistent. What does Robin Sharma say? Consistency is the mother of mastery. And I couldn't agree more with that.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it's easy to start. Sometimes it can be very easy to start, but maintaining it,
then that's a different
keeping
story.
at it, you know what I mean? So I love that. Start and stay consistent. Whew. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you found this chat valuable. I hope you learned a thing or two from this chat. And I hope that you're going to start if you haven't. If you have and you have stopped, now is the time to, you know, do it again. Try again and keep at it. If you need to have an accountability partner, then go for it, because different things work for different people.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
So if you need to tell your friend to say, girl, guy, please, let's do this, then go for it if it's gonna help you, you know. So the most important thing is to start and stay in the game. Consistency is the mother of mastery. So yes, ladies and gents, that's all we had for you today. Until next time, please keep well, keep safe, and keep healthy.